he's already said that he plays Fizz as a counter to that Karthus, and I've seen it happen a couple of times. Completely stomps any Karthus I've seen him play against. So we'll have to see whether Citizen feels up to try that. But Karthus isn't a champion I normally associate with Citizen Wayne.
He can play it. He can play it, yes.
I think he can play almost every AP. But I think he's most familiar, I think, Morgana.
He has a nice Kragus too. I don't know if he still plays it, but it's kind of out.
There's certainly a wide range of champions. There's lots of versatility, so we'll see what he ends up picking out of the bag. Lee Sin already first couple of bans, then straight on that top lane. You mentioned Soaz is Lee Sin. Obviously, he can be jungle as well, but getting that out of the option. We saw Soaz run it a little bit yesterday, and it went okay. Morgana ban is the second one from Against All Authority. They're not letting Citizen Wayne run that at all. Earlier, interestingly enough, the patch notes for Tuesday's patch were not quite leaked, but some potential changes have been put up this morning.
They actually already released the spotlight, so it's official.
The rare nerfs are official, yeah. They are there. They're coming.
Irelia is being nerfed once again.
Finally.
No, but not her damage, just her
just her
healing.
life still.
She can still one-shot any carry, no problem.
Yeah, but it won't be as hard to take it down now.
Yeah.
Hopefully. We'll wait and see. Janna second ban even for Na'Vi, so despite, as I mentioned, Sand playing a very, very strong Janna, they'd rather ban her out than give it to Against All Authority with that first pick. Which is smart play, as we said earlier, like we went through it yesterday, how versatile and easy to use Janna is, like in any kind of setup, whether it be an aggressive one or a defensive one.
I think aAa won't mind, as I play a lot of Leona anyways.
Well, Janna is like not really easy. She's kind of easy to use because she's so strong, but you can even master her into going so far that you can interrupt Tristana jumps or any other kind of dashes. So she has a high skill cap too. I think as a support, she's really, really, really great, and way to play her is really nice. So she's a bit stronger than all the others though.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Against All Authority love running their aggressive supports. Their Alistair, their Leona. Lots of stuns, lots of CC.
Yeah.
And they normally do that alongside Corki. Yellowstar loves running his Corki, we've seen that. We haven't actually seen him do that. In all three games they played yesterday, we didn't see him pick up anything close to those combos. So it'll be interesting to see if they pull it out of the bag here. It's all going to depend on the bottom lane picks, I suspect, from Na'Vi, but it would be interesting to watch. Certainly give us something exciting. Cogmore. He's certainly making a comeback. Right, he wasn't seen much during Hanover. He was in about 3 or 4 of the games, if I remember correctly. But I think we've seen him in at least 90% of the games this weekend.
He's pretty popular with Nunu though.
Yeah, especially with that Nunu.
I expect a Ashe pickup from aAa, to be honest. Because Ashe is just so nice because of the range against Corki.
But Corki Leona works great too there. They have nothing to stop them once Leona is in. It's a problem. And Nunu ult through Leona stuns doesn't really work. So expecting the Leona at least. The Leona Ashe is not the there it comes.
It's also fun.
So exactly as they asked. Just want to see that Leona Corki in their bottom lane.
Yeah, they made themselves vulnerable to that. Corki doesn't care that much about the attack speed reduction from Nunu, because he can't just put his spells.
Yeah, Leona got the awesome gap closer.
Yeah, they're great gap closer. Really, really easy to cancel that Nunu armor with her own or just with her Q if she's standing on top of him. So it's going to be a very, very hard bottom lane then for Na'Vi. Not only, as you say, the fact that Leona and Corki just cancel out Nunu and Cogmore as well as they do, just the fact that aAa are so practiced in that combo.
Yeah.
It's not just champion counters, it's hours and hours put into those two. So Nisralis and Antigen mid and top for Na'Vi. Not necessarily going to pick their mid and top, but we'll wait and see.
I expect them to go something defensive now, like Maokai would be perfectly fitting, because they will need some tanky champions to stand in front of Kog'Maw if they want to make to late game. Something to really defend them. And Maokai is a perfect champion for that.
First time we've seen Riven so far this weekend as well. There was the Wukong pick would have not been would not have been a bad idea in that situation, would it? I mean, you exactly said you want champions to stand in front of Kog'Maw, keep him alive. And you got a Wukong standing there ulting in front of the Kog'Maw, you're not going to be able to get in close and do any damage to him. But Riven a little bit more single target, I'm not sure if she'll quite do the same job. We'll have to see how they try and play it out.
They can decide now if they want to send Udyr jungle or picking cannon against the Riven. So Udyr will be jungle and Linek is pretty good with that.
Yeah, I know Linek loves his Udyr jungle.
And so is also a pretty awesome cannon on top lane.
Yes. We'll see what Momas gets.
Yeah, I'm also excited to see what they will pick in mid, because Navi will be able to counter pick it. So they will probably not go for anything that leaves them
Karthus
vulnerable.
is open.
Karthus is open, yeah.
Yeah, but then again, Navi could just pick the Fizz, for example. Ooh, and they're really doing it.
Na'Vi don't really have anyone that can play Fizz, though. I expect more. If we want to see a direct counter to Karthus, you're more likely to see the LeBlanc or maybe a Cassiopeia. But I think Moma's the only person in this game that could even come close to playing a decent Fizz. Well, not really come close. Moma plays a decent Fizz flat out. It doesn't matter.
Well, Taps from
Western Wolves, yeah.
He also plays a really, really awesome Fizz. Maybe we'll see that later.
Maybe we will. I don't know which of those two quarterfinals we're doing, whether we're doing CLG or AL, or MYM and Western Wolves, but one way or another, the best of threes, there's plenty of games there, we'll find out. But RNA 6.
Here comes 6.
Not bad, actually.
No,
He's got a nice, good long-range poke, and keep Karthus at bay if he lands it. The slow minefield, of course, helping zone Karthus around a little bit. And just massive damage, long-range ultimate, not quite the global one that Karthus has got, but can, if used wisely and played well, can do the same kind of result. And of course, OK Moma's just picked that Karthus, it was last pick. They did pick it into a Maokai, so he's not going to be as effective as he would without that ultimate channeling in a team fight. So, OK, yes, you've given Moma possibly one of his favourite champions, but your setup's not too bad for shutting it down.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. It's certainly going to be an interesting match. That mid lane going to be one to watch. Citizen Wayne, I do remember from a couple of the 4PL tournaments I've actually seen him, plays quite a strong Ziggs, although not many other people seem to like running him in mid. I know Reginald plays it quite a lot. Reginald seems to love that little guy. But
he's also running him with Exhaust to counter the Karthus. Oh, now he changed to Cleanse.
Interesting.
might switch back again. He's got a couple of seconds.
Well, AA's setup looks like they just want to run in.
It's done everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at Na'Vi, you've got an Exhaust on Nunu, Cleanse on Citizen Wayne, Heal on Kog'Maw, Heal on Riven. Very, very defensive set, whereas against All Authority you're just running with 2 Ignites and Exhaust. Oh, no, Soaz switched his out for a teleport at the last second, but certainly more aggressive, as you say. I have to see how Nezralis makes this heal ignite thing work. So obviously we saw Wicked yesterday was running flash heal or flash ignite or even flash teleport a couple of times, but Riven's not one we've seen run that combo. It's something we've seen on Corkis and we've seen on Tristanas for a while. A lot of AD carries think they can get away without running the flash, but haven't seen it on a Riven, especially against a cannon.
Well, with that combo he makes like gets the strongest possible summoners for the lane, but if they actually manage to put a gank on him, he's gonna have problems because, well, cannon's obviously gonna get an advantage and they can do more follow-up ganks. But then again, Riven is a hard to catch champion for sure.
When it comes to team fights, of course, you said how this team comp needs to be set up to protect Kog'Maw. That's their main goal. With those summoner spells, obviously, Riven's not going to be able to go deep into the enemy team and take down the Corki or anyone down the back.
Sorry.
But it will be set up quite nicely for him to just sit on top of Kog'Maw and beat up Linek as Linek trying to kill Kog'Maw. So do you expect we'll see him sitting... Do you think we'll see him sitting back inside his own team more than we will jumping into against All Authority? Or do you think it all depends on how his lane phase ends up?
I expect him to rather go a bit inside, Because, well, aAa also got a team where they just want to run inside the enemy. I mean, Ken has to get somewhat close. Moma, if he wants to use the E. I mean, the only long-ranged guy, so to say, would be Corki, but his range also isn't too big.
Okay, well, we'll wait and see how that plays out. We've got a minute, just under a minute, in fact, left on this delay. We're going to run to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will be in the loading screen / game for Na'Vi against All Authority, first quarter-final of today's HearToWin Cup. Do stick around, guys. Lots of great games coming later on today, and we'll see you again soon. So we're in the loading screen with that firework Cogmore and Antigen. Very exciting. Lots of lovely noises to go with it. Hopefully we don't have any sound issues like we did in the last couple of days. But something we mentioned yesterday, against All Authority, really favour going deep into their enemy jungle and taking every blue buff on the timer, perfect spawns. Looking at that team comp, obviously Leona, great AoE stun / slow, really good at those tight confined spaces. Corki's got good AoE with his Gatling gun and his phosphorus bomb. Udi is just great at standing there fighting in a jungle. Do you think we'll see them play it like this, or are they just going to sit there in the lanes, let the blue buffs go, pick up their own ones, farm it up and take it to late game team fights?
I think they will, of course, try, but it's also going to be pretty dangerous. Ziggs, he also got a lot of AoE, who's going to hit a lot of people in jungle.
The minefield is really dangerous in jungle too. They are both dangerous teams for jungle.
And also, actually, Nuno, Kog'Maw, amazing slows. I mean, if you hit a good Kog'Maw E, so much slow.
Yeah, exactly, and I suppose once you hit 6, if you get Nunu in a bush channeling his ultimate on top of all of that as well, it's going to be even worse. So, very much going to depend then on who's left alive and what kind of state they're in before, or as the buff spawns, to whether against All Authority will go for it. So, there you go, guys. You can see the game against All Authority versus Na'Vi. There's Momo with his concentration face on in the bottom left corner. Once again, Viklos is Linak. He did get banned overnight, so he's on a Smurf, but we are underway, and he's about to run straight into Citizen Wayne. He's forcing a flash straight out. All he did was one auto attack. He hasn't actually, has he even skilled anything? No, he hasn't even skilled any stances yet, and forced a flash at Citizen Wayne. So these players playing very safe right now. There's a lot of money on the line, €4,500, and this is the first quarter-final game of the day. And everyone's suddenly dropping back and playing very defensive now. Maokai is going to start at his Wraiths. He obviously can start Wolves from time to time if he wants to. Moma is hiding down in these bushes. Do you think we'll see him try and steal anything? Or
well, they should. Because they already got a flash, they should invade now, actually. Because Na'Vi will be more defensive. But seems like they don't want to do that.
I mean, can Moma's Q? I can't check the range on it. If he stands
can try.
Here, can it reach across?
No, it can't.
No, it can't.
Can almost reach the trees, but he can try to steal with one Q.
Yeah, if you time it perfectly, when those saplings go bang,
he can get all of them.
He can pick them all up, can't he? So, Sand has actually left. He was there. Moment is now coming up. He pops that Q off, doesn't actually pick up anything. Yeah, not a single bit. So, nice try. But everything did go to aAa. He will now go across to his blue buff ever so slowly, of course. Maokai, such a slow champion. But Sand's there. He's going to pull that blue for him any second now. And they will be back underway as normal. Linek then starting red. Not quite sure where he's going to go from here, as Enrate is going to pull these golems. You sometimes see early ganks if you start red, but or early invades, but Linek not really looking like he wants to try anything quite off the back of that.
Well, he could go to bottom, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen. No.
Won't be too good because Leona won't be level 2 yet. And she started with the E. Nothing really can do it at that point.
It's Antigen getting quite aggressive already onto Yellow Star, down half health for each of them. And for Enrate had landed that E, he'd have actually... well, Antigen would have been in quite a bit of trouble. Okay, he didn't have a stun, but... it would have meant Leona's doing the damage.
It's extra damage from the passive, and also Leona still has an ignite. It would have maybe managed to kill him, or at least make him use a heal.
Yeah, but never mind. Leona's still quite a long way from 2, so going to be a little bit safe for now. And there's Ralis then against Soaz. Soaz having all sorts of fun, although 7 CS to 8 at the moment, fairly even. However, Ralis is chugging through those health potions. It's still going to start getting hard as he runs out of them. N-rated level 2 then. They've got a ward in this which they can see sand. Looking to do something. Everything up cooldown.
I just saw Yellowstar miss 2 last hits in a row. That's never happened.
Something must be wrong.
Yeah. So Linek coming in top on to Riven. Nezralis to fall down to that Sour's Viklas combo. So it's only level 3. He's got 1 point in everything. He would have landed a stun, of course, with that E. And then the bear stun would have finished that off. So a lot of gold in favour of Against All Authority already, nearly 1,000 up, and it's only 4 minutes in.
Well, that's the problem you get when you play Riven without an escape skill and you're so far out.
Yeah.
aAa, in fact, going very, very low, just from a Shuriken and a W out of Soaz. So he's going to have to be careful. We're trying to hold this lane, but Riven's back. She did not use her ignite, she just used that heal, of course, but as you say, still not enough. Soaz doing a very good job of keeping that pushed as well for that long, of course.
Oh, Moma doing quite a good job too. Still has all his health potions. Six has 1 left. Going much in favor
looking to try and get a gank down on Citizen Wayne, but yeah, he's a little bit too pushed right now. With 34 CS to 31, doing that very, very nicely. So, quite a passive start. Citizen Wayne needs to start landing. He's using his Q at the moment to farm. I think he needs to start landing some more onto Moment. As you say, he's got all these health potions still up. Kind of needs to force him to use some of those up, or at least get a gank in from Malco. Although Citizen Wayne's going to keep losing CS to the tower like this, as he gets pushed back and back and back. Linek hiding in this top bush again. He's only wearing a blue buff, but as you say, still no escapes on Nezralis and no heal this time. As Malco comes in onto bottom, Yellowstar is the target. He's on his own. Linek's not, Enrated, sorry, is not quite back yet. Massive damage out of that sapling. And they're going to keep chasing. He's popped his summon a heal down under the tower. Slow goes out from Nunu. They're going to tower dive it. Nice stun goes out onto Sand. Antigen's taking the tower. One more hit. He will fall down. Very nice pick up from Enrated. Linek does take down Nezralis in top. And that nice second flash coming out of Enrated to save him from that passive. So, Against All Authority, 3 for nothing so far. Very, very well played counter. Well, not quite counter gank. It was Enrated turning up a little bit late. Yellowstar forced to pop, heal, and Valkyrie did flash as well to get out of there. But perfectly timed stuns, keeping Antigen under that tower, doing as much damage as possible. Zigzag's coming down a little bit too late, however. But as I said, all the while, Linek hiding in this top bush did manage to pop out and kill Nezralis again. So he's down 2 kills. Fortunately for him, the gold went to Udyr. They didn't give it to Soaz, but Soaz is still 46 CS up now to 27, so it's no means an easy lane.
And so is level 6 now. So when he comes back, and Nisrael's just leveled up to 5. It will be pretty tough.
And Oracle's picked up straight away then on Linek because of those 2 kills. He also got the first blood gold, so very nice use of that. As long as he can keep it up and keep it alive, he's got a lot of health all there already. Half to gold very, very quick. And 2,000 gold in the lead already Against All Authority. With Enrated roaming again, they really like doing this at the moment, leaving their Corki to 2v1 in their bottom lane. Enrated just roaming that bottom half of the jungle around the blue buffs, around the dragons, and ganking the mid lane.
Yeah, Corki can be 2v1 for a while now. He has all the rockets up, so he can farm at long distance or poke the enemies.
And here is Linek invading this blue buff as we suspected. He does have a spotter ward.
Well, he is kind of caught, but he will make it out.
Yeah, Enrated here. In fact,
Actually
going onto Sand. Going to stun it as Antigen comes up in the bottom lane. Udyr needs to get out. He's getting very, very low. Snare comes out from Maokai. Linek's going to lose his oracles if he's not careful. Very nice teleport from Soaz. However, Sand will fall down. Corki coming over the wall. They're going to keep chasing. Citizen Wayne forced to pop his cleanse to get away from Kennen. Antigen will fall. And Linek... Sorry, this fight's still going on. aAa being chased down by Moma. He is very, very low. There's no way he's getting away from that there. Perfectly placed Qs, and that will be a stolen blue buff. And 3 more kills, and
a Drake.
And a Drake indeed.
They will all drop low health, but no one of them is alive. 6 is really low, so they can manage to do the Drake there.
And of course, Turtle
But he could slow ultimate over. It's going to give him some trouble. even though don't suspect it's gonna kill anything.
No. He may have killed Enrated if he was lucky, but he just waited way too long. It doesn't seem like he
Also,
wanted
they
to go for it.
no vision.
I mean, there's a chance they didn't even know the dragon was happening. I mean,
But they didn't have wards. They could have suspected it, but
yeah, I mean, there's obviously something in these guys' heads who thinks, could have been a dragon.
yeah.
But there was no reason to waste an ultimate if he had no definitive proof. So this game going very, very strongly towards Against All Authority. 5,000 gold in the lead. First dragon, first blue buff taken off Citizen Wayne. And kills spread out very, very evenly across everyone on the team. Lineker picking up 2, 1 on everyone else. So Na'Vi already on this massive uphill battle, and we haven't even reached 10 minutes in. Other than the questionable summoners in that top lane, what have Na'Vi really done wrong? Because they've lost out a couple of ganks, a couple of bad fights. I mean, that blue fight there, they just completely uncoordinated. Antigen went way too deep in. Sand was already on his way out. He had no protection. It was just completely uncoordinated. And aAa again got split off and was ended up chasing out mid from MoMA. But before that, they'd already lost 3 kills. And to get into that situation, something's not quite right here.
Well, they killed top lane twice. I think mainly because of the summoner choice and overextending. Because maybe he thinks he can get out with Riven, but once you use your spell to harass or something and Udyr just charges in, you cannot come out again.
And they're going to go in onto Sand. Massive damage output. Carthus Holt's channeling is not needed, but it might mean they can chase onto Antigen. He will flash out of that Leona stun, so very, very nice play by Against Authority. So much burst damage in this combo. That passive from Leona, of course, proccing with Corki's Phosphorus Bomb and Gatling Gun. Absolutely huge amounts of damage. And with a very, very nice, not quite blind E from Enrated landing onto Sand at that bush. Sand is still not even level 6 yet.
Another thing is, I think 6 is actually supposed to kind of win against Carthus in mid lane. Maybe he got outplayed or something happens.
Well, the blue is missing.
No, I mean before. He Carthus had 3 health potions. 6 was on 0 already. And Maokai was kind of always at the wrong position.
Carthus still has 3 health potions. As Soa is actually getting dived by Nezralis in that top lane. He gets out of this. So very well played by him, despite being all those CS down, being 2 deaths down, managing to tower dive a Kennen with ult and get out the other side of it with his life.
But he also used both heal and ignite. I mean, it gives you really a big advantage for laning.
Soa's used flash too. But probably he was just overextending with low HP.
But Na'Vi by no means given up, that's for sure. 5,000 gold is a big gap, there's no two ways about that, but this is still best of 3, so they are by no means given up. Enrated once again roaming around, he just sits there in this bottom lane, causing nuisance himself, gets a kill or 2, walks up, wards this bit, and recalls. And then he'll rinse and repeat, and he'll do that every 3 minutes when those wards run out. And if mid's in a situation where he can, he'll gank it. If it's not, they'll go blue. If not, he'll just recall by more wards. They seem to have that down perfectly, and of course, Yellow Star perfectly practiced for what he needs to do when it happens. Ian Linek coming down to the bottom, lands the best stun onto Antigen. Antigen going very, very low. Sand will get stunned during that ultimate, and he's going low as well. That's going to be...
It's not up yet. Else it would be a double kill.
Well, how long
if they delay it,
couple
still
of seconds.
5 seconds or so.
aAa coming in with his snare. Snares Linek under the tower, but he is 2v1 as Sand and Antigen cannot come to help. Ziggs is arriving. Very nicely placed minefield, cutting off the escape of Yellow Star and Linek. And now Enrated has arrived, lands a very nice E-stun. Sand will fall down, there's no two ways about that. Nice ult from Ziggs, picks up the kill on Udyr, which is an Oracle's down now, but MoMA has arrived. He is jumping straight into everyone. Antigen will fall. aAa is not getting out of there either. There's no two ways he can dash about that. He's just going to have to delay MoMA as best he can. Now he falls down. So, Citizen Wayne the only one getting out the side of that. He did pick up the kill on Udyr, but that was still a 3-for-1 exchange in favour of Against All Authority.
Blue response now, yeah.
And then, of course, Dragon going to respawn a minute after this. So, expect to see the recall shop come straight back here and then kill it. Or maybe they're confident enough. I don't think so. No mana and no health means Yellow Star can't do anything. So as all the while has been pushing mid, so he's got that down to half health. He's going to lose his top tower, but I don't think aAa are too bothered about that right now. So if you were Na'Vi right now, would you be still looking to try and salvage this game, or do you think they've accepted this is a loss? What do we do better next time to win the second game in this best of 3?
Probably they're already talking about what they did wrong, what they can do better, because they kind of should know that they probably won't come back for this. They can still keep focus and hope for a mistake, like Soa's overextending and being able to get tower dive, something like that. They can try to pick up a kill here.
They are going on to Moma. The Ignite goes out. Citizenway misses his cube. Moma will fall down. Very nice play by Nezralis. And I want to point out the very smart warding here from Na'Vi. They put one ward here and one ward inside. So now, against Authority think they've dewarded it because of this pink. They pinked it and they killed one. But Na'Vi can still see what's going on. And in fact, Na'Vi are in a better position to take this now that they've killed Moma just as it respawns.
I think aAa will try to fight. When Momo responds, he can still go for the ult.
Yeah,
Even though Ken is stop.
Ken, no, he got his teleport up.
Ken got the teleport up.
And Riven did actually be back, so she took a lot of damage from that tower dive. Nice bit of poke here up Citizen Wayne, however, taking in rated down a little bit. He's chugging his health potions to try and make up for it, but Karthus is respawned, so as it's up at that tower, Na'Vi need to make a play or back out.
They also put already wards behind him for Ken to teleport in sneakily.
So Citizen Wayne zoning out Udyr. They want to keep him far out. They do not let him smite. He's level 9 as Na'Vi's jungler's not quite 7 yet. There's Soaz teleporting right in the middle of everyone, popping that ultimate. aAa getting stunned and rated versus Maokai. Damage going all over the place. I can't keep track of everything in this fight. Momo will fall straight down in the middle of everything. The ultimate will come out in a second. Antigen's going to go very, very low as a result. He will flash over the wall. Soaz doesn't quite have an answer, but wow, that damage. One shuriken and a W through the wall. All it takes, quadra kill for Soaz. Very, very well played by Gensel Authority. So much damage and all their champions getting out there with just enough health. Linux still very low. Do you think we'll see him pick up another oracles, or do you really think they don't need it right now?
I think they will need. Yeah,
There it is.
Oracle is just the perfect item if you have advantage to keep control, especially if the enemy has no CV.
So 15 kills to 4, 10,000 gold at 16 minutes. When it comes, again, to the situation like this, you said Na'Vi are obviously looking at what they've done wrong, what they can do better in the next game. Would you try and drag this game out as long as possible and tie your opponents, or as soon as this 20-minute ticks, will you surrender and get in the next game?
Depends. If they want to really talk a lot, then they can just let the game go on, They can still hope for like a lucky Baron steal, so surrendering is not really an option.
Yeah, you can always hope for mistakes or disconnects or whatever.
Okay, so there's Fnatic's word. We're going to see a long, drawn-out game then. So, against an Authority making their way towards the top. It is, of course, the last tower remaining. Nezralis trying to trump in onto Momo. He's got support from Maokai, but Yellow Star is here. Nezralis gets exhausted. He's going very, very low. Will fall down very, very quickly. And now they're going to switch on to aAa. He's not getting out of here alive. There's a flash follow-up from Momo. And that will be double kill straight up top. And a tower, and there's 3 more members of Against All Authority on their way. Sorry, 2 more members of Against All Authority up here as well. And they're going to push this top tower down, and we'll get tier 2 tower out of this. Na'Vi are not close enough at all. And in fact, Soaz might catch Sand out here if he's not careful. Does pop his ultimate. Sand needs to flash over the wall, but he can't get in range. 170 gold. He is worth nothing right now. Moma actually getting very, very low. Nice ultimate plate with Citizen Wayne, but again, not quite enough damage. If you look at the CS on those two in the mid lane, 145 on Ziggs, 162 on Karthus. Yellow Star getting cut off, but Valkyrie's through in that minefield. Actually, as he valked over that, it popped the mines. So, I mean, he technically still slowed. aAa jumping over the wall into Soaz and rated. He will get stunned from Leona. Oh, Nezralis has respawned, but aAa falls down again. Linux has arrived. It's now a 5-man Against All Authority team up here. Chasing down onto Antigen. Nice satchel charge from Citizen Wayne, keeping Linux just that little bit too far out of range. Against Authority are just having fun right now.
I expect that they will pick up Baron pretty soon. They got a really good setup for that, and they pushed really far into here. I think we'll back all once more now. Must have a lot of gold, especially on the cannon, I think.
Moment's blue buff about to run out. He wants to go in and take himself a new one, and there's nothing Na'Vi are going to do to stop it. Look at him, just chilling, Red Bull and Cola having a drink, not even stretching his legs. Game very much in aAa's favour still. aAa and Citizen Wayne then looking to gank Linek. He's got that Oracle's back up, would be a prime target, but Soaz is here as well as three-man gank down bottom with Nisralis. They are still just poking around. Soaz is now up here. They're going on to Citizen Wayne. He gets stunned. He forced a flash back out away from the Soaz ultimate, but they're not going to tower dive completely. Linek very, very low on mana. Perfect stun straight onto Sand. aAa and Citizen Wayne trying to chase him down. He's got no mana, but they want that Oracles. Now Linek will back out. Sand did survive it this time round, but again, Na'Vi just against an Authority went in for that one, and they both went in the same target, and they popped their ults. Perfect combo. The flash went away. They both backed out. They were really playing on the. They were both on the same page. Sorry, using the same playbook, perfectly executed. Na'Vi didn't quite look the same. They were just a little bit split up, not quite understanding where each other was going. One at a time, in and out, and in and out, and the Nunu ultimate was just cancelled instantly. Brilliant foresight there from Linek. And that kind of shows you the entirety of how this game has been going right now. All that while against Authority ganked that bot lane. Of course, Nisralis fell down to a three-man gank, and now they're pushing. No, they've pushed up to the tier 2 tower, sorry, and now they're going to do the same in mid. So all the inhibitor turrets exposed, and it looks like they may be looking to do that Baron you called 2 minutes back. As so as a moment just recalled, they're heading that direction now. The guys that were up here and poking down towards it, clearing the wards out. Yellow Star and Rated going to go back, heal, shop and buy. Na'Vi, no, they are looking to Baron, and they as a result are heading down in this direction, but Yellow Star and Rated actually decided, you know what, we don't need to heal and Baron. We've got a full health Soaz, a full health Moma, and there's nothing Na'Vi can do about this right now.
Yeah, and the card just does so much damage to the Baron, versus Q's Baron.
Absolutely nuked. If you look at this aAa lineup, there's not a single Wriggles on show, and you still saw how fast that went down. Citizen Wayne goes down to Soaz. Carthus ult comes out. aAa will fall as Lina comes around the other side of Golems. And another double kill. GG well played. Surrender goes out. Na'Vi will take this through to the next game. Congratulations to Against All Authority. Game 1 of this quarter-final match decisively taken all the way from the 4-minute part.